Hi, TikTok. Um, I just wanted to get on here because I am very close to completing a 6 week intensive outpatient program at Emory. If you're not familiar with what an IOP or intensive outpatient program is, it is essentially for people that are going through um, big transitions in their life and they need some help. Um, so it's a group of people that are going through similar situations. It's very much group talk therapy. It is led by mental health professionals. Um, so for the past 5 weeks, I've been in this program and it's been really helpful for me. I've been in a very dark place for the last several months. Um, my psychiatrist thought it would be great for me to go to an IOP. She thought this would help me out of my depression. It may also help with anxiety and things like that. Um, so, all that to say, I wanted to get on here and start keeping a video blog because one of the things that I've learned from the IOP is that it's really good to journal. And I've never been the type to journal. I've never been someone who kept a diary or journal or wrote down my thoughts every once in a while. But I need to do that more often, especially right now at this point of great transition in my life. And so that's why I'm here. I wanted to share it with you in case it may be helpful for anyone out there. Um, I really hope that it is helpful for people out there. Sorry, I got distracted. My husband just texted me and it said, I love you, Novio. I hope you have a great day. I love you too, sweetie. Um, so this is day one of my video blog, and uh, I'm feeling I'm feeling very hopeful today, which is a really big deal because for the past several months I've felt hopeless. I felt helpless. I felt despair. And at several points in the last several months, I've also felt like life wasn't worth living anymore. And I never want to feel like that again. There's a lot of factors at play that have made me feel this way. I'm just hoping that I feel better. Um, and I'm excited about the future now because now I actually have a plan in place for where I want to see myself go, how I want to grow my career, how I want to grow as a person. I'm developing a new religion for myself and a new belief system. So these are all things that I'm really excited about, and I will try to be documenting on this channel. Um, of course, like sharing my art along the way. But essentially, I'm quitting my job as a diversity, equity, and inclusion specialist. And I will be starting up my own business as a diversity, equity, and inclusion consultant. I will also be supplementing my income with art. I sell my art, my line work that I do. Um, so yeah, it's exciting. I have ideas of how I can incorporate my social media presence and my artwork into my diversity, equity, and inclusion trainings. Um, so this is really exciting. I have a lot of ideas, and it's also really scary. It's a really scary time for me, but I feel like this is good. I feel like this is the start of something beautiful, and I'm really excited about that. It's just nice to have something good to look forward to. But yeah, I think that's all that I want to share today. I have the IOP later today. It starts at 11. Today was one of the first days that I'm actually up and out of bed. It's 9:36 right now. It's a big deal for me. For the last several weeks, I've just been um, completely out of energy. I haven't been able to get out of bed. Um, I found myself like having difficulty relaxing. Um, I wasn't taking pleasure in the things that used to bring me joy. And it's just all really sad. Like, I don't know exactly. Like, there wasn't one thing in particular that kicked that depression off for me. I think it was a combination of several factors, and it was a perfect storm. Um, I think some of the major contributors, though, were definitely the start of the pandemic in 2020. Um, I was then, started working from home, and I'm a very extroverted person. I love working around and with other people. Um, so that was very difficult for me. On top of that, I was born and raised deeply indoctrinated in the Jehovah's Witness religion. And when I came out of the closet as a gay man, I was essentially ostracized and shunned from the rest of my family, from all of my family. You see, I have a very large family. My father has several sisters and a brother on his side. My mother has one sister and several brothers on her side. Um, and the majority of all of them are Jehovah's Witnesses as well. So that includes my cousins. So all those aunts, uncles, my mom, my dad, my sister, and my brother at the time were all ostracizing me because that's the shunning. Shunning is a practice, a common practice in the Jehovah's Witness religion, especially for those who take it to the extreme. And my family is definitely one of those extremists. So unfortunately, I lost my entire support system almost overnight. Um, and this was at the age of 22. And I bring this up because a lot of that has been coming up for me recently. Because I did find someone to help me through that process. I found several people actually. I began creating a network for myself, a support system for myself because I had lost mine previously. And I am at a point right now where I feel like my support system is dwindling again, and that's sending off all these alarms in my head because last time I was in this position where I started losing my support system, the years that transpired after that were some of the most difficult for me to process. And so that's why I say this is also a contributing factor into why I'm spiraling into depression. I think my body is trying to tell me like, oh my God, prepare, prepare for the worst. And the reason why I say I feel like my support system is dwindling is because the matriarch of my found support system, which is the mother of my husband, who is very much a mother to me. She's going through a health crisis right now. She has Parkinson's. She's been exhibiting some symptoms of memory loss, and it's just been really difficult watching her go through this slow decline in her health. Because in a way, I feel like I'm losing my mother all over again. My mother, my biological mother, is still alive, but I am dead to her. I have no contact with her whatsoever. And so my mother-in-law has really become like a true mother for me. She's shown me what true unconditional love is. She's been there for me and my husband through thick and thin. And she really goes out of her way to treat me like a son. She's done it from the very beginning, when she found out that I had no family, she just, like a mother hen, just took me like a little stray chick under her wing. And I love that about her. I love her so much. And it's been so difficult to see her go through this transition, because I know it means the end is nigh for her. And I know that's dark to say aloud, but I don't see her getting better from this. I'm trying to be as positive as I can for her, but I also just want to be realistic with myself. So that's another thing that just has really been weighing heavily on me. In addition to that, there's a lot of things. In addition to that, after I left the cold, I spent 8 years at this job that I pretty much made for myself, like my new religion. I made this job my new cult. I was flailing, after leaving this cult, looking for a guiding light, looking for a reason to live. And I got this great job and all these cool people that I was working with, these really nice people, accomplished people that just made me feel like I wanted to do more with my life. And they pushed me. They pushed me to work harder, to believe in myself, and to be the very best Ricardo Corporan that I could be. And they rewarded me. They recognized my accomplishments. It was such a great place to work for me. And so I wanted to make that place my home forever, because I felt like I'd found new family with this new job. But of course, like any employer, I was taken advantage of. Eventually, I was taken advantage of, and I found myself, deeply committed to a role at this company that had no potential for growth. And when some potential for growth did present itself, I was basically being pigeonholed into a position so that I would not get a promotion, which was really hurtful to me. It was kind of like a smack in my face for, all this work that I'd put in, with the hope that I would be, continue on this trajectory of success. And for the first time in 8 years, I was being told that, I was doing something wrong, that I was not being productive. It felt like an attack. It was an attack, in hindsight. And I realize now it was just because they did not want to promote me for, the position that they had in mind, which is fine. I shouldn't have taken it as, personally as I did, but because I made this job my life, because I had intentions of retiring from this job, it became, just so depressing for me. And I felt like the fact that I was not going to be able to stay at this job for as long as I originally wanted, that I was a failure all over again, and that I was being abandoned again by my support system. So that was really difficult for me. I began isolating myself and shutting myself off from other people as soon as I left that job. I took another job as a diversity, equity, and inclusion specialist at a different company, a great company, a great team that I'm working with. I love my fellow employees, my coworkers. But in many ways, I feel like I'm starting all over again. Like I had worked so hard for 8 years to push this rock up this hill, and now it fell back down, and now I'm having to push that same rock up a hill again. And I haven't even started pushing up this rock, and I'm already just thinking to myself, why am I doing this? Isn't the definition of insanity trying to do the same thing over and over and over again with the expectation of a different result? If I continue on this trajectory, I feel like I'm gonna go insane. So I'm doing something new and different with my life now. I'm gonna be self-employed for the first time ever. I'm gonna be an artist now, which I don't know, if you had told me a year ago, a year and a half ago, that I was gonna quit my day job and just be an artist, I would have told you were crazy. But here I am. This is what I'm doing now. Um, Gosh, there's a lot more that I feel like I need to get out, but I think this is a good stopping point for right now. Um, but yeah, I mainly wanted to make this video blog because I wanted a place to vent. I do hope that this finds other people that may be interested or may need to hear these words, because unfortunately, our healthcare system does not provide, um, you know, these services for everyone. So I'm very privileged in that I can afford to go to an intensive outpatient program and that I could learn from it and that it could be so helpful to me. But it's also very sad to me that it is so expensive and that it's usually not covered by insurance, and that the average Joe out there would not be able to afford something like this. So, how are they getting out of their depressive funks? They're just having to self soothe, find other ways to cope. And I'm sure it's hard. I know it's hard. So I'm hopeful that something that what I've shared is going to help someone out there. And if anything, at the very least, I know that this will help me, because I do want to go back and watch these videos later in life and just think, oh my gosh, look at how sad I was back then. Why was I so sad? Because life is so great now. Or it was so great, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I wanted to share for now. Um, but I really hope that I can continue this, keeping this up. Um, I wanted to make this like a 1 minute video, and now I just realized it's like 18 minutes long. So this will probably be going on YouTube instead of TikTok. But that's fine because I need to be posting on YouTube more anyway. Uh, Anyways, thanks for listening. If you were listening, and future me, if you're listening to this, I love you. Please have some self-compassion for yourself. Remember that self-esteem, it's not the way to go. It's self-compassion that you need to be aiming for. Self-compassion gives you all the benefits of self-esteem with none of the pitfalls. Remember that.